arm. I guess it's like the worst part of fursuit making is like when you're working on one other part of the fursuit and then the pins that are in the other places keep stabbing you. Generally quite an uncomfortable experience. I don't know if you guys can really see. I've got a Headbase in my lap here. Also trying to ladder stitch and keep like clean looking stitches as you're ladder stitching is a total pain in the butt also. Ow. Keep stabbing myself on the needles. Keep having... I almost wonder if it's worth just pulling all of the pins out while I'm working on the interior lining here. There we go. There we go. Definitely still getting stabbed by pins. It's so frustrating because there's like so many of them holding the fur in place that I can't really like... Without taking apart all of the fur that is currently in place and just setting it off the side, I'm just going to continue to get stabbed by sewing pins. Hello, there is now one person in my live. Welcome in. Oh my god. I am sewing the facial lining together for a fursuit con I'm working on. I'm doing alright. How about yourself? Now I need to tie a knot here. Hello, welcome in. Thank you. It looks better with its eyes in, I promise. Pull this needle out here. A trigger warning, I am using a lot of sharp objects. I am sewing and then using like scissors and X-Acto knives as well. So if sharp objects are not your forte, I don't recommend you stay. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Anyways, here's how this looks with its eyes. It looks better that way. But as of now, I am working on sewing together the lining and what fur I currently have. The rest of the fur for this commission and another commission will be arriving, I think in 2 days? Hold on. Yeah, 2 days. So, I'm just trying to get done what I have currently before everything else arrives. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I have my phone propped up against my lamp and it keeps like shining directly in my eyes. Total pain. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Just give me one sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had gone live and then completely forgotten that I was not wearing my binder, so I had to put that on. My pants are getting stuck on my desk. Thanks. I don't go live super often, but when I do, I usually go live for a while. Today might be shorter than my usual live stream, just because I do have other things I want to do, but I'll be here for a while. Again, sorry, totally blending myself. Yeah, but right now, I'm just... How do I make fursuits? I think I made my first fursuit back in, like, 2021 or 2022. So, I've been at it for a very long time. It's definitely one of those, like... It's a hobby that's, like... It's not easy. It takes a long time to learn. This is actually a commissioned fursuit. This is not a personal suit. I've been taking fursuit commissions since, I want to say, 2024, and I've gotten really good at it over the years. I also have my personal suits remake is up there. I also do make Therian masks. I don't know that I have any in my studio currently, but I have one in my bedroom. Several I've made in my bedroom, actually. I love traveling as well, actually. Over the 4th of July weekend, I went up to Pittsburgh for Anthrocon, as I do every year. And I live not far from Chicago, about a 3-4 hour drive. So every December, I also make the trip up to Chicago to go to Midwest Fur Fest. I've been going to Midwest Fur Fest since 2024. I've never been out of the country, but I would love to someday. My girlfriend's been out of the country, though. She went to Columbia for a high school trip. Hi, Paisley. Welcome in. Oh, it's so fun. I've been to Anthrocon twice, and this year will be my 3rd year going to MFF. I love furcons so much. I hate the online furry community because it's so much drama, and everyone is so negative all the time. I like the in-person experience. I do go to Renaissance fairs, actually. We have one here in my city that's pretty big that I try to go to. I've not been the last couple years as I've just been really busy around those times, but I do go to Pride Fest every year. Oh yeah, our Pride Fest was 2 weeks ago? Yeah. I've gone to Pride Fest like 3 years in a row, I think. Thank you. I try to talk a lot while I live stream as it's to keep my audience engaged. I don't like sitting quietly while I stream. I feel like it's less engaging for the audience and it's less fun for me as well. So, right now I am just ladder stitching the mouth lining to the interior lining. And then it does look kind of funny right now. The eyes will be like the outer fur will be sewn to the inner lining, and then the eyes will be placed in, and it'll look a little less spooky then. So starting price for a fursuit head is $450, but it does get more expensive depending on the complexity. A more, not completed, but a more finished example of what my work looks like is my personal suit that's a work in progress. He's not got any mouth lining or like his nose or anything yet, but like there's the ears. My suits do have like ear vents, so you have more ventilation outside of the head as well as cheek fluff, and like they all have teeth, and I hand sew a jaw inside of the mouth. You can kind of see an example of that, of the old version of that suit on my page. You can see the teeth that are sewn into his mouth. Again, I've been making fursuits for like 4 years now. And that I think is the 5th rendition of that fursuit. Thank you. I could do a Therian mask. My starting prices for Therian masks is $65. Hold on. I will finish this round of ladder stitching around the mouth, and then I'll go get one of my Therian masks to show you guys what I do. But yeah, I cannot do a fursuit head for $100, as just the price of materials alone is almost $200. So I still have to make money for all of the labor I put into the suit. And since I'm trying to become a full-time fursuit maker and artist, I have to price myself fairly. And, if I don't price myself fairly enough, I'm not going to be able to, like, pay my rent and things, so. Fun fact about me is also I have a service dog. She's not here with me right now, but I do have a service dog. That's alright. I'm a complicated person, and it's taken me a very long time to get where I am in life, so. It's always best not to compare your journey to that of someone on the internet, because you don't know what they've gone through, you know? I could make a fursuit head base for $100, but, I don't know that you would just want a head base, especially as my head bases do not go all the way around. I build off of face plates, and then often I have strapping, or I have like zippers in the back of my heads if they need to be sized more than just the heads themselves. Because oftentimes I can just do the back plating of fur, and then when you pull it over your head, it fits perfectly. But if you want the more like secure option, I can always add strapping in the back of the head so that it tightens up. If you want good head bases, I recommend looking on like Etsy. You can get 3D printed ones with TPU filaments that are much more squishy. Actually, hold on. I recently bought some misprint head bases off of a mutual of mine on Instagram, so I can show you what actually it would look like. So this is a incomplete TPU print. So they're squishy and they're super duper lightweight. I also have a fully plastic one that is not squishy, but is also very lightweight. These ones are misprints, so they didn't fully print properly, so I got them for a super discounted price. But like, the TPU one is pretty big versus the plastic one is a lot smaller. It's a more like slim head base style. It kind of does look like a gas mask, just a little. But both of those are already reserved for projects, so you cannot have anything purchased from me built off of those bases. Yes, I do have Five Nights at Freddy's pants. I got them from Spencer's in my local mall. Yeah, I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I have so many Five Nights at Freddy's collectibles. My favorite character is probably Funtime Foxy. They've been my favorite for a very long time. Anyways, now the mouth is all sewn in. Excuse me. Golden Freddy is peak. Hello, Nicole. Welcome in. Not much. I am just working on some Fursuit commissions while I am live. Baby is the clown. Sorry, guys. I'm, like, super tired. I went to bed at, like, 3 a.m. last night, and I slept until, like, 2 p.m. It was really bad. I got up so late, and so I'm just, like, super drained today. Alright, noise warning. I'm gonna use my little desk vacuum and clean up some of these fur scraps off of my desk. I need to empty that, actually. I bought this little desk vacuum from... I don't remember which store I bought them from. I've not done a waterproof mask before, but I could possibly do a waterproof mask. I've not done one before, but I'm sure I could. Mine are more of a realistic style. Hold on, I'll go. Ugh. So here is my most recent Therian mask. All of my masks come with like the mouth lining and the lip, as well as fur, full EVA foam ears. This one was built off of a cat mask base, but I can also do them with just EVA foam. Here's what this mask looks like worn. And this one does have teeth. It was an experimental feature. I don't know if I would feature them in my mask, like commissions, unless specifically requested for. And this was one of my very first masks that I made way back. But this is a German Shepherd. And all of my masks come fully hand-painted with fur and then clay sculpted nose. And I can have them... what's the word I'm looking for? I can have them with like a clear coat over them, or I can have them without a clear coat. This one's not been clear coated. And again, they all come with like a mouth. This one has a lip lining and teeth. Amber, I can only make you one if you pay. A price for a mask like this would be like $65. This one is a little out of shape. He was packed into a suitcase when I went to Anthrocon, and then when I went to New Mexico directly after to go visit my dad. I don't work with anybody under the age of 16 for my mask commissions. And if you're 16, I need to have parental consent from your parent before I make you a mask. Otherwise, I will not work with you. But yeah, this is my most recent mask. And again, you can see my lamp is on white, but it's not. It's like multiple shades. Here is the suit I'm working on. I've not done a full body suit, but I will soon. I'm making myself a personal full suit soon. I'm lazy. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I haven't even made my duct tape dummy because it's such a process. But yeah, here are some of my mask examples if you wanted to commission one from me, possibly. The best way to reach out to me about commissions is through my Instagram, my TikTok, or my Discord. Any of those platforms where you can send me a personal message. My handle on every platform is the same, @zombie_mutt. I don't go to school at all anymore. I graduated high school a few years ago. I graduated high school early, actually. I graduated early with honors. Technically, I graduated a year and a half early. I don't really have anywhere to put these up at the moment. I'm not a teacher, no. I considered going into teaching or nursing, but neither field is exactly the right fit for me, so. Hello, welcome in. I am working on fursuit making right now. I keep misplacing. I am, actually. I have open commissions, and I've been doing fursuit commissions since 2023. My goal is to become a full-time professional maker, but as of now, that's just a stretch goal. Let me turn my big light on. Sorry, guys. I misplaced some of my fabric, and now I'm scrambling to find it. It's not exactly what I was looking for. Hold on, guys. I have misplaced fabric. I know I had more out of this fabric. I might need to go back to the fabric store, guys. I am running out. Well, that's no good. Well, shoot. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, chat. My desk setup is super messy right now, so I am constantly misplacing things. Oh, this? That is somebody's Fursona sticker that I got at Anthrocon. I do kind of like South Park. I don't watch it often. Ugh. Yeah, it's alright. I'm not the greatest at spelling when I'm excited either. I don't have a website currently, but if you wanted to message me, you can message me on Instagram, TikTok, Discord, or I could also give my business email to you, and you can send me a message via my business email. I'm Etherean and a fictionkin, and I'm trans and bisexual. Oh, yeah. Hold on, I just put them up. This is my most recent mask. It fits better with my glasses off. Fully furred ears. Everything is hand-painted. This one has teeth, but teeth are an experimental feature. And then also a fully hand-sculpted clay nose, as well as the insides are fully lined in scuba knit, which is like swimsuit fabric that's like moisture wicking, and they have like mouth details. Don't call me queen. I am a guy. I am fully a male. It's alright. I don't really take big offense to it unless you're like trying to be offensive, in which case I'll just ban you from the stream. I make dragon puppets sometimes too, but I don't have any examples here. I currently live with my girlfriend in her parents' house, and so a lot of my personal stuff is packed up in storage at my grandparents' house. I have a lot of fiction kin types, but I guess my, like, biggest kin is Dean Winchester from Supernatural. But yeah, I'm a furry, Etherean, a fictionkin. I've not watched Stranger Things ever, actually, and I genuinely don't think I'll ever get around to it. It just doesn't seem very interesting to me, personally. So, a fictionkin is somebody who involuntarily identifies as a fictional character. So, if you understand, like, a Therian is somebody who involuntarily identifies as an animal. So, like, they didn't choose their stereotype, they just identify as it. A fictionkin is that, but for fictional characters. Daggone it, where did my scissors go? There they are. Again, chat, I can't keep track of anything, ever. You know, actually, I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to use my rotary cutter for this. I've heard a lot lot of people say that they like Stranger Things, but again, it's just not something that seems interesting to me. Ah, I see. I personally identify as transgender. I've been on HRT for 5 months, so I've been on testosterone for 5 months. If you look on my page, actually, one of my most recent videos was I did my testosterone shot in Fursuit, so... Anyways, I will likely be ending this live here soon. Hormone replacement therapy. So it's, so I was born a girl, and so I'm on hormones to become male, if that makes sense. Where did all my clips go? There we go. I have several ESSAs, actually. I have the Golden Retriever Douglas, and I have the Border Collie Douglas, both. Also, on top of having emotional support stuffed animals, I also have a service dog. I like Weezer. I listen to them occasionally. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm more of a casual Weezer fan. Husband Hotel is not exactly safe for minors, so if you are a minor, I can understand why your dad is not okay with you having, like, named your emotional support stuffed animal after Husband Hotel. My service dog's name is Lucy. She is the only dog I have currently. If you're 16, you are still a minor. The legal age of majority in the United States is 18. I do not listen to Cat's Eye. I'm not a big Cat's... I'm not, like, a big K-pop or, like, girl group music fan. I listen to a lot of what I guess could be classified as divorced dad rock. I used to be more of a scene kid, but now I'm just, I guess now I'm just, like, an alt grunge kind of aesthetic. In the summertime, I just wear a lot of shorts and t-shirts because I am chronically ill and the heat makes my symptoms worse, so I try to wear clothes that keep me from getting too hot. I mean, yeah, I think they're really cool. sweet. I used to have a mullet, but I cut it short for the summer. Once my mullet is grown back out, I'm going to do a split dye of black and neon green. Last haircut, it was just bright red, and before that, I had a mullet with black, that was black with red ghost roots. Thank you. Cute core and kawaii is great. I love cute core, but it's not for me. I like the aesthetics of it, but it's not for me. Oh, thank you. I used to be more scene, but not anymore. It's just not the subculture for me. I am a Therian, yes. What kind of fursuit are you making? So this is a purple, black, and white fox for a friend of mine that commissioned me a while back. I used to make candy. I don't really make it anymore, but I do like collecting it still, especially if I'm like at a convention and they have trading panels. I will often trade for a piece or two of candy. Scene is an alternative subculture based around early 2000s internet aesthetics. You see a lot of like really big teased hair, a lot of like black and neon colors, kind of like color puke almost. And again, it's very reminiscent of the early 2000s internet era. Similar to emo, but very different, as emo is a lot of dark colors. Scene is dark colors that are accentuated by neon, or like colors that will highlight against the very dark colors. Please do not share your age in my chat. My stereotypes are, like, I'm a wolf and canine cladotherian, so that means I identify as every species of wolf and canine, like, specifically domestic dog canine. Let's see, sea otter, maned wolf, cheetah, black bear, things like that. Somebody had stated their age, but I'm not going to say who. I've already removed it from the chat for their safety. Hello, welcome in. Forgive me, I'm just sewing some lining together right now, nothing too interesting. For anybody new in chat, I am currently working on a fursuit commission, and we're discussing things like alternative subcultures and stereotypes. Stereotypes can take a long time to understand, so don't rush yourself in the process. And if somebody is like, very quickly learns of their stereotypes, don't be jealous of them and don't try to like pace your own learning of your own personal identity as fast as somebody else is learning about their identity, as that will just be more harmful to your journey overall. trying to remember which direction these pieces go back to go there. Okay, yeah, they go back together that way. Okay. Bye! There are other species that are very similar to possum, and it also might be that you just have the wrong species of possum that you're thinking about. Otherkins are cool. I personally am not an Otherkin, but I do think they are very interesting. I try to be as respectful of other people and their identities as possible. You know, it's not my job to police your identity. What am I, the identity police? Where did my needle just go? There it is. That's not it. There it is. Okay. The downside of having a messy desk is, I lose my needles and pins a lot. So I actually have this little, concrete tray that I made myself that has one of my Fursuits painted on it. This is, where I keep my sewing pins. I know a handful of Otherkins. I also know a lot of fictionkins. Forgive me, chat. I'm a little tired today. Alright. I'm probably going to end the live here in just a few minutes, so just be aware. Ah, well, welcome back. I'll probably be ending my live here in a few minutes, though, so. Oh. I might go live again later today, it depends. I don't know. Subscribe and turn notifications on and you'll find out when I'm live again next. Sweet. I don't super regularly post, but I try to regularly post, short-form content. I don't post long-form content very often, but I do have a long-form video in the works. So, keep your eyes out for that. Bye, Stranger Things. I hope you have a good day. Or night, depending on what time it is where you live. I'm doing alright. I'm getting ready to end this live stream soon, but I've been working on Fursuit Commission and discussing, like, alternative subcultures and, like, alter-human identities throughout the afternoon. I've not watched Lucky Star, but I do watch anime. My current favorite is My Hero Academia, despite how, like, silly a lot of people might think that is. I just really do enjoy My Hero. There we go. There's a lot of animes I actually need to watch. Yes, I am making a fursuit. Here, let me put the eyes back into it before I show it off to the camera here. I guess also another favorite anime of mine is Dandadan. I really like Dandadan. Here is the fursuit I'm currently working on. Oh, her eyes are uneven. There we go. This is her without her eyelids. Excuse me. I don't appreciate how, like, weird the lighting in my studio is, because I have to have that lamp on for you to be able to see over here very well, but this lamp is a sunset lamp, so it has, like, different rings of colors through it, and so it slightly shifts, like, how you guys perceive the color of what's around me, because of the way it's colored. Alright, I'm gonna finish this last little bit of sewing, and then I will be ending the live stream. For anybody currently curious about the stitch I'm using here, I blanket stitch a lot of my seams, as it's one of the, like, most strong stitches. Yeah, My Hero Academia is a great starter anime. Honestly, as somebody who's watched a lot of anime, I started watching anime when I was like 7 years old. I started with classics like Full Metal Alchemist and Soul Eater, and those ones are more of a, like, mature audience anime. I watched it with my uncle growing up. But a great starter anime is My Hero Academia. It's like all ages friendly, good anime that you can, like, watch with your family that's not, like, super freaky or weird. I love Dandadan, but it is kind of freaky, so not a lot of people really like it, and it's not, like, the most family friendly anime. Alright, I'm gonna tie this final knot and the live will be over. Thank you everybody who joined me today. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get back to I'm trying to get back to being more active on these platforms. I'm the most active on TikTok and Instagram, so if you want to see more of my content more regularly, my handle is the same on every platform, so if you just copy my @ on this platform and then put it in on any other platform, that includes Roblox and Discord if you want to add me on those platforms. I get a reference sheet before I make the fursuits. But if you want to find me on any of those platforms, I do post much more regularly there, so please do go find me on those platforms. I think there in my bio here on YouTube is a link to my link tree. On my link tree, you can find all of my other platforms, including my Twitch that I do not currently stream on. My Roblox user is the same user as it is here on YouTube. Bye, guys.